Welcome back, Truth Seeker. A top story today nationally is the death of a young man who was born in the U.S. to parents from the UK who grew up in Tonga and who was going to participate in a new event in this year's Summer Olympics. And, this lifetime of training for this, he dies just before the start of this huge life accomplishment and supposedly from a drowning. I want to look at what's suspicious about the death of this J.J. Rice, referred to as a kitefoiler. Again, he was going to participate in the Summer Olympics this year in Paris and dead at 18. We've been talking about 18 a lot, especially with the death of Jerry West. Again, if you missed the work on Jerry West, the man who went 1-8 in NBA championship series while the Celtics are in pursuit of the 18th championship. And of course, Jerry West was 0-6 versus the Celtics. Jerry West's death was very 18. He went to the same college as the Boston Celtics head coach, Joe Mazzulla, which is West Virginia. And he died exactly 18 days before Joe Mazzulla's birthday. So this J.J. Rice dying at 18, I just want you to see the parallels between the 18 connection he has and the one that Jerry West had. It's truly undeniable. So Tonga, where he grew up, where he learned to train for this sport that's going to take place in the Olympics this year, Tonga is made up of 171 islands. 171. We just talked about this number with Jerry West. Jerry Allen West. His full name in Gematria equates to 171. And did I forget to put the screenshot here? It looks like I did it again. I forgot to put the screenshot. 171 is the 18th triangular number, which means if you add 1 through 18 together, it equates to 171. And again, you can mathematically prove that. Derek's calculator at gematriaEffectNews.com. If you click on a number, it'll give you mathematical properties about it. 171, the 18th triangular. So again, this young man's dead at 18, and he's from this place with 171 islands. And what else is noteworthy is the sport, kitefoiler. That word has gematria of 61, which is the 18th prime. And something we've talked about all year is how Michael Jordan was going to be 61 at the time of this NBA Finals. And for the record, just even the word finals itself has this 61 connection. You know, Roger Maris hit 61 home runs in 1961, a record at the time. Baseball is a sport with a big 18 connection in gematria. Again, if you're new here, baseball is a great example of the base ciphers and just how things are encoded, how this world around us, again, English is the language of the world. This system put in place in the 16th century. Again, you learn this little simple code behind the alphabet, a lot of things start to open up. If you know baseball, there's 54 outs in a game, there's 18 half innings, there's 162 games in a season. You have all those numbers in the word baseball, and then, you go the other way with it. Major League Baseball, the alphabetic order forwards is also 162, and there's a lot to say about all these numbers up here, but again, this is the system. Gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words based on the alphabetic order, forwards and backwards with numerology. There's 4 base ciphers. This young man, from his location and from his sport, has this double connection to 18, and he just happens to be dead at 18. And consider, what day does the news break? They're saying he died Saturday, but the news was put out today, Monday. Wellington, New Zealand, United States-born kitefoiler J.J. Rice, who was to represent Tonga at the Paris Olympics, has died in a diving accident. He was 18. Rice's father, Darren Rice, confirmed his son's death Monday to the Mtongi Tonga newspaper. So the news today, the passing occurred Saturday. It says his death occurred Saturday at Faialoa, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, on the island of Ha'apai, which I'm probably also saying wrong, sorry, in the Tonga archipelago. So yeah, let's just look at the date he passed in light of the upcoming Olympics and what's going on in the world with the sports event, with the Celtics on the verge of the record 18th championship, and unless Dallas can make history. First of all, he's referred to as Tongan, born in the States but grew up there. Tongan. Tongan has that gematria 71 and 26, just like Celtics. R.I.P. Bill Walton, dead at 71 the day the Celtics advanced to the finals. Rick Carlisle, who played on the Celtics, who coached the Pacers, who lost to the Celtics. He stayed on 71 wins in the playoffs and fell to 26 and 26 to the Pacers. Cancer equals 26 in the same cipher as Tongan and Celtics. Bill Walton supposedly dead from cancer at 71. Game 1 of the finals on the 71st day of his son's age, who played in the NBA and coached in the NBA. These father-son rituals, these ritualistic deaths in the world of entertainment and sports when championships come around that are just so perfect by the numbers. And again, there's songs out there. Murder by Numbers by the Police, where killings as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. It came out in 83, did that song, and the word murder equals 83. Gematria, the killing name by Slipknot. Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. Gematria equals killing. Another long pattern, but the name they have him by J.J. Rice in the headlines. I'll come back to that, but this is more important right here. The news broke of his death today, June 17th. That's 55 days before the Paris 2024 games will end. It's also a span of 56 days. Both matter, but starting with 55, J.J. Rice, most simple cipher, 55. Where's the game at tonight? Boston, Massachusetts, trying to pick up the 18th championship. The last time Boston won a championship, they won it on this day in 2008, June 17th, 617 as we write it in the U.S., similar to 617, which is the Boston area code. So it's 55 days prior that this news breaks. If you want to go with the span of 56 days, we just talked about how Kitefoiler equals 61. That's when you run it in reverse. When you run it forwards, Kitefoiler equals 56. Just like Paris, France, just like Society of Jesus. That's the Jesuits who are from Paris, France, who've encoded the language in the calendar this way and who are behind the rituals, as we show day after day. So you have the 55 or 56 connection. They both make sense. One is him. The other is the location. And notice the Olympics end on August 11th. That date can commonly be written 11/8. Year after year, we're talking about suspicious deaths and 118 on August 11th. Remember, the Mavericks just got their 118th win in the playoffs. Celtics 118 like Dallas, Texas. Got it in Dallas. They're on that right now. Cancer also has that 118, what they said Bill Walton passed from. His full name, J.J. Rice, is Jackson James Rice, which equates to 156, just like Boston Celtics. Again, just like Robert Kennedy. The finals began on the anniversary of the death of Robert Kennedy, the brother of JFK, who died in Dallas and who was from Massachusetts. We'll come back to that point. Again, for all the Dallas people out there, that is the one prayer that somehow all these 18s are about, that Boston's not going to get 18. The 156 is the magic number for Dallas. Boston became the 156th team in NBA playoff history to be up 3-0 in a series. Or no, I take it back. They're the 157th team to be up 3-0 in a series. Right now, the record when an NBA team is up 3-0 is 156 and 0. They've never lost before. But remember, it was a record like that in baseball too until Boston came back on the Yankees the year they ended. Didn't they end the 86-year drought? Again, in 86, the Celtics beat Houston in the finals. This year, Jerry West died at 86, the NBA's logo. And again, Boston was 46-40 versus Dallas coming into this series, 86 games played. But yeah, if Boston didn't win, they'd be the first team after 156 being in this situation. And they'd also fall to 15-6 in the playoffs for the year. They were 15-2 when they were up 3-0. And again, the election began, or the finals began 152 days before the election. Joe Biden equals 152. Secret Service name is Celtic, who has the same birthday as Robert Kennedy. Anyhow, the news breaking 55 days before the end of the Olympics. He died Saturday, so he died June 15th, so obviously plus 2 days. He died 57 days before the Olympics end. And notice his full name, Jackson James Rice, is 57. And it doesn't seem like an accident that how this is syncing up with the big number in the finals this year, NBA Finals 57. If you're new here, this is always a special number in the time of sports championships, and it goes beyond that. Again, this number has all kinds of significance. There's a reason that several of the first U.S. presidents were inaugurated at age 57. There's a reason that Georgetown was established the same year George Washington was recognized as the first U.S. president at age 57. And in Gematria, Georgetown equals 57, like Rome. Again, Georgetown's the first Jesuit university in D.C., which was once known as Rome on the Potomac. But there's a lot more to it than that. Just 57 is a special number. We talk about in a big way all the time with sports championships. It's huge in the World Series. Last year, the Rangers manager, by winning the World Series, got his 57th postseason win. He came in with 53, 4 from 57, a no-brainer number because World Series is 57 year after year. But also measuring from the day he died, June 15th, to the start of the Olympics, July 26th. Again, they begin July 26th. They end August 11th. Notice, he died 41 days before the start. Olympics equals 41. Dallas equals 41. Remember, Dallas just became 41-49 versus the Celtics all time. Dallas has the 41-49 connection. They got their 13th playoff win in the last game. They won the first quarter by 13 points, and then they outscored Boston by 13 points again in the second quarter en route to their 13th playoff win. Today's 617, June 17th, like the 617 area code in Boston. 617 is the 113th prime number. The National Basketball Association, we call it the 113 League because the National Basketball Association equals 113, like coronavirus, pandemic. I recall how those two things came together on 11/3, the 11th day of March. But theoretically, you know, if Boston can close it out tonight and Dallas isn't on the verge of 156 history, the series would end 4-1 with Dallas stuck on 41 wins and this ritual with this young boy. And keep in mind, Dirk Nowitzki, who wore 41, who won the championship for Dallas 13 years ago. 41's the 13th prime. Dallas equals 41 and 13, just like L.A. Like what happened to Kobe and his daughter. He was 41. His daughter was 13. But notice, this is going to be the last game where Dirk's 45 years old. He turns 46 in the next game. That's interesting because Celtics equals 46. Joe Biden, number 46. His Secret Service name is Celtic. Again, John Havlicek died the day he announced he was running for president. But we know that, again, they got this all synced up with the two stooges running for the rigged office, the rigged sports game with the rigged office. And they just did this huge ritual with the Mavericks and Trump, number 45. Again, they had to fudge game 4, the spacing, so it could be on Trump's 78th birthday for the 78th season. And Miriam Adelson, who took over Dallas, she's 78 years old. The game on Trump's birthday was the 248th Mavericks game in their playoff history. They're 118 and 130 now, 248 games played. That game was 248 days after the new owner's birthday, Miriam Adelson, on Donald Trump's birthday, who, again, got the break in court on the Illuminati's 248th birthday, who had the mugshot on 24/8, who, when the election was called for him in 2016, he was on 248 electoral votes at the time. Again, President Donald Trump equals 248. The Mavericks with the same birthday as the Illuminati, May 1st. And again, the Illuminati being 248 years old at the time of this ritual. Here's just further proof that that's not an accident. Sheldon Adelson, who was the biggest backer of Donald Trump when he won in 2015, 2016, when he was running in that period, Adelson was his biggest money man behind him. And he's died. His wife now owns the Dallas Mavericks. Look at where Sheldon Adelson from. He's from Boston. He died January 11th, 2021 at 87. Here we are now with this ritual going on while the Pope's 87. Again, the last time the Celtics were in the finals, it was perfectly synced with the Pope. They fell to 17-5, did the Celtics in finals. Like Pope Francis 175, like Golden State 175. Like, go back to the Pope's birthday that season. Again, the Celtics lost at home to the Warriors to become 7-5 at home. And then later that year, the Warriors won the finals on the Celtics court, becoming 7-5 in finals and picking up their 75th road win all time. That was the 75th anniversary season. Catholic Church equals 75, like Roman Catholic. Anyway, this Sheldon Adelson thing, look at this. From this game in Boston, the 617 area code where Sheldon Adelson's from, born in Boston. His wife now owns Dallas. Again, from this game, to his upcoming birthday anniversary on August 4th, which can be written 4/8 like 48, is 48 days. And again, what's Boston Celtics equal? Boston Celtics equals 48. Robert Kennedy. The finals began on the Celtics' birthday, but also Robert Kennedy's death anniversary. Robert Kennedy equals 156 and 195 like Boston Celtics. Again, Boston and basketball alone are both 22. Robert Kennedy died on the 22nd birthday of the Celtics, and they had won the finals that year, 35 days before his death. RFK equals 35, like his brother JFK was killed in Dallas on I-35, and he was number 35. But again, Boston Celtics, the reason we thought they were the most likely team to be in the finals before the season began was because they're the only team out of the 30 teams whose full name equals 78. And lo and behold, game one of the finals was the 78th game of the NBA playoffs on the Celtics' 78th birthday. They had to fudge game 4 to Trump's 78th birthday, synced up perfectly with Miriam Adelson, who took over the team at age 78. And remember, she took over the team at age 78 on the 51st day of her age. Dallas Mavericks equals 51. Remember, Dallas Mavericks equals 51 and 150, and she took over the team 150 days, or not 150 days, 150 weeks after her husband died, Sheldon Adelson. And they own casinos. Keep that in mind with the rigged sports games and how they're so good at manipulating the public because they're controlling the scripts and have the data and the information. Anyhow, 51st day of her age, 150 weeks. And remember, Adam Weishaupt equals 51 in the same cipher, the man who founded the Illuminati on May 1st, 5/1, which is also the Mavericks' birthday. But Illuminati, that word also has the 150 and the 48. And probably something going on major with the 120th World Series upcoming. Because here, let me take you back to something. Here's the beauty of this knowledge. And I'm going to go back to the opening day of baseball for Boston. It was March 28th. March 28th. Let's go back to this day. I want you to see what they did. Okay, March 28th. Again, opening day for every team except for the Dodgers in San Diego, who opened the season a week earlier. Synced with Steve Garvey, who played for both teams, who's running for Senate this year. Who they've been syncing up both. They've been syncing up those teams' season with him. It's been hilarious. But opening day of baseball here in the NBA on March 28th. Check this out. We were all over this because we've been following it since Tim Wakefield died, a ritual sacrifice last year on October 1st. But March 28th, look at this. Celtics and Hawks. There was only 2 games in the NBA that day. Boston and Atlanta were playing each other. And the reason we were really into this is because the Atlanta baseball team, the Braves, started in Boston. And Braves equals 22 like Boston, like basketball. But this game, you see how the Celtics came in with 57 wins? Well, here, let me show you something first. Atlanta equals 120. It's the year of the 120th World Series. Atlanta's also got the 48 like Illuminati. Fenway Park, where Boston plays, is also 120. So if you go through all the ballparks in cities and team nicknames in baseball, you'll find those are the only 2 120 connections. And not every year is that the guarantee for the World Series, but a lot of years it is either the team number connection or the ballpark. Case in point, when Atlanta won the 117th World Series, they changed the ballpark name to Truist Park, and plus you had the Hank Aaron sacrifice, but Truist Park won 17. So anyway, Tim Wakefield had died at 57, and he played for Boston, and he helped break that 86-year drought. And remember, Tim Wakefield's wife died, and then he's had teammates die. But we said, wouldn't it be something? The Hawks were 13.5-point underdogs in this game. And notice they upset the Celtics. We thought the Hawks had a very, very good narrative to upset the Celtics in light of this baseball tribute on opening day when 57 is this very special number that has a lot to do with championships. But again, a 12.5-point underdog. Huge payout. Or a 13.5-point underdog, whatever it was, one of the two. It was right around there. I think it was actually 13.5. But again, just cross sports rituals, sports and politics, same repetitive numbers over and over. And, you go back to the day of the Super Bowl, right? the day of the Super Bowl, February 11th. You only had 2 games in the NBA that day. You had the Celtics playing and the Thunder playing, and there's definitely something to the death of John Havlicek here, because John Havlicek, again, died the day, he's this famous Celtic. He died the day that Joe Biden, whose Secret Service name is Celtic, announced he was running for president. Havlicek, number 17, died 17 days after his birthday, while the Celtics were on 17 championships when Joe Biden was born on RFK's 17th birthday. But notice the Celtics that day with Jason Tatum, who's from Missouri, like the Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl in a big 41 ritual when Super Bowl's 41. The Celtics got their 41st win that day. And then they ended up beating the Heat in the playoffs 4-1 in the series. And now they're facing a very 41 city in Dallas. But yeah, the other winner that day was the Thunder. And John Havlicek died in Jupiter, Florida. And Thunder and Jupiter have a relationship. Jupiter is Zeus. Zeus is the thunder god, the astrological connection. So there's another part to that I'm forgetting as well. But again, just scripted sports, scripted world events, ritual sacrifice, things that just are too perfect yet improbable, that happen all the time. You got to imagine the 18-year-old's probably a top caliber athlete if he's on the verge of the Olympics. And yeah, just for this to happen and to be in the news while it's this day and this potential rituals in place, it's sick. And again, just days ago, we were talking about Jerry West, 171-18. And now here we are again, an 18-year-old from Tonga, made up of 171 islands. Again, the 18th triangular number. Kitefoiler, 61, the 18th prime. Okay, I think I got all the main points in here. And in light of Sheldon Adelson dying at 87 and the Pope being 87 right now, the full name of the Pope, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, his full name is 111, like the NBA Finals. And just to go back in time, I was just telling you about what they did the other year with Boston. Let's go back to 2021, December 17th, 2021 is when we want to go back to. Hold on. December 17th is the Pope's birthday, born on Saturnalia, ancient Roman festival, first Jesuit Pope. But where is it at? The Warriors and Celtics game. Notice the Warriors won with 111, right? I'm noticing the Celtics lost that game with 107. Interesting. But Celtics became 7-5 at home. Warriors won the finals that year. Again, became 7-5 in the finals all time in the 75th anniversary season. And if you go to the game where the Warriors won the finals, they scored 103 points, just like they became 10-3 away. And if I remember right, Ultimate Warrior equals 103. And they won the finals on the Ultimate Warrior's birthday from the WWE. Yeah, Ultimate Warrior 103. Look at this, 2022 NBA Finals. When LeBron won on the real King James's birthday, he mocked the Warriors by wearing the Ultimate Warrior t-shirt as well. June 16th, 4-2 series, 103-90. And let me pull up Ultimate Warrior to make sure I'm not mistaken. Ultimate Warrior. Born on June 16th. So, yeah. And he died at 54 on April 8th. Bavaria 54, Illuminati 48. Bavarian Illuminati founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. Yeah, just ritual death, rigged games, tributes to history, tributes to evil things they've done in the past. So, anyhow, I see Sweet Lady's home. I got to tend to Sweet Lady, but RIP to this young man, JJ Rice. And if you guys have any other observations, if you can find his birthday, I was trying to find his birthday online. I cannot find it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but I was missing his birthday in the decode. It's just when I started looking into it and I saw the 18, that was the first thing that had my eyebrow up. And then I saw Tonga's 171 islands, and I just said, man, you got to be kidding me. RIP. So, all right, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. I swear it's Groundhog's Day every day. Every time when I'm done with my streamer presentation, I open up the chat and it's like Frank the Truth Tank has just left a comment. What's up, everyone? I'm like, it's so weird. Every time I'm about to end a stream, Frank's just gotten here. Anyway, shout out to Frank the Truth Tank and all the other Truth Seekers. Shout out to Open Up, always providing good information to the community. And yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Till next time.